Good morning. You're welcome to our series of webinar. I will be taking a part of the session. My name is Fagbemi Taufik. Um, I will be starting from the beginning, the PROFACE series, People Counting Solution. We're trying to explore this product line and of course, People Counting Solution general as a whole, then try to extract the product line within it. Now, we'll be going through these highlights of contents, people counting solution overview, product overview and resilience. We'll try to understand and to get appearance and features and selling points of the products. We want to know a comparison of the position of the products. They would like to understand the solution use cases. Different places where we can actually adopt this solution. And of course, some other fields. Then after which we'll take questions and answers. Well, let's start from here. People counting solution is actually a crucial measure for crowd control for both better safety and, of course, compliance to COVID-19 protocols. In this era where where forming a crowd actually has become a big concern for everybody globally, we get regulations here and there. We need to take personal precautions here and there. Companies are actually bothered about how they manage control, and of course, we still want to hold events, want to hold certain functions. Especially now that COVID-19 rules has been a little relaxed, but then governments are still particular about crowd formations. Individuals too are expected to take responsibility, and corporate organizations are expected to take corporate charge, and of course, a responsibility about managing crowd within their space. So they define rules around how many numbers of people should be in a particular location. These are numbers of concern as far as crowd control is concerned. Then with that's where our PROFACE series products come to rescue. We've been able to integrate computer vision technology with people counting system. The new generation of facial recognition system is able to automatically count number of people in certain sites. Once it detects that the number of people counted exceeds the maximum present value, alarm will be triggered, and of course, door will be automatically closed to prevent entry of an additional person within the crowded space. You can imagine a football pitch where you have a capacity of 60,000 persons, and the regulation actually says you expect to have 1/3 or 2/3 of the 60,000 capacity. How crazy you can actually be as fans of football. You actually want to get into the field of play by all means, and getting to get human counting system is usually come with its own flops. Hence, a system like this is well positioned in a location, in certain locations within the premises, and you are sure that as the entry is being counted, the system automatically generates number of people, give necessary alerts, to authority, and also by itself shut down the place, based on depending on the kind of control system we put in place in that location, shut down the place once the number is reached. So these are dynamics of things we can actually achieve from this end. You now be wondering, what's the need? Why do we need it? As explained earlier, the wave of COVID-19 is actually on the increase. Exactly, we have to relate with the experience, India experience, when everybody has actually relaxed and feel that, of course, and everything is, the dust is settled, then come a new wave. So we are praying and hoping that we will have another wave of COVID within our Nigerian space. But then the responsibility is actually on us to ensure that we are able to get adequate protection and prevention as far as COVID rules are concerned. Then of course, when we look at the regulations of NCDC, we look at how this affects our activities, regulations, and all that. So we want to ensure that we do not flag the rules. We want to ensure that our facilities are not closed down at any point in time. So, well, the number of places we can actually use this. I mentioned airports. I mentioned football pitch earlier, right? Then we have a banking facility, for example. You actually want to be sure that you are regulating You are regulating the number of people in use in the banking premises, sorry, that come to patronize the banking services. You grocery stores, naturally people are coming with their family to stores, to shop. And you want to be sure that the number of people allowed within the store are the required number of people that is meant to be within that store. You want to put control measures there. Cinemas, is a typical examples, airports, malls, and so on and so forth. This solution is very much relevant within the space of uh, places mentioned here, and of course, several other places yet unmentioned where security systems are needed. We can set an instance of training hall where you have opened a training hall for like maybe 100 persons for a training place that has a capacity of like 1,000. I want to be sure that the number of people that patronizes this um, these services, this facility, are the required number of people that should, you want to put control measure in place. These are places where we can actually, use this solution. Then, as we get into that, I would like us to get through into a short video about what use case scenario about people counting solution as it affects this product line. So please kindly listen and watch through. from this short video, we can actually tell, the video has basically summarized the major things we need to discuss about the use case of this product. Now, something we want to observe from that short video is that beyond making it the product used to control a whole crowd for general hall, you can actually compartmentalize the use such that you have several sections within a facility. You want to be sure that you control number of people that enter a certain place. You are looking at 100 people within a facility, whereby the admin, the part of the building, the say the office part of the building, and every other compartment of the building, the kitchen part, and all sorts. You want to be sure that the number of required people are not exceeded within each period. Within the 100 people facility, 10 in the kitchen, 5 in the laboratory room, 7 within a certain space and all that. Each of these can actually be mounted in different sections. Apart from even mounting it at the major entrance to ensure that the whole of the facility does not have more than 100 people in one bit, then to be sure that each of these sub units of the facility have the required number of people within the facility. So these are things that PROFACE X can achieve for us. We can actually see from the product design, the sleek nature, the beauty nature, the portability, and all that. Again, we want to quickly do a little background about the old of facial recognition series. These are different ranges. We have the classic upgrade series in place of the likes of the U-Face series and all that, where of course they are basically access control device and some time attendance device that has that facial capture capability. But their capability stops at just capturing the face. They cannot actually count and limit usage, limit access of people within a facility. We have the PASS series, an upgraded version of this earlier mentioned the classic grade. They to come with added feature, the Android base and all that. But then their limitation stops at the access control, but you can't actually do people counting. A more upgraded version compared to the previous U-Face series and all that. Then we have the green label product, where this our product lines, PROFACE X, falls into. The green label products are more of the type of product that comes with additional features, especially with the advent of COVID. Having the capacity to be able to do facial recognition, the counting, and yet be able to do temperature measurement detection all into one. One other beauty of these green label products is it has is more upgraded in terms of the quality, and of course the warranty is even extended beyond the regular. The warranty of this product is 3 years, and this is the same warranty that actually cover all our green label products. Then the face kiosk, which actually performs a face recognition too, but then basically it captures faces, do a basic counting system, but cannot actually control access as much as the PROFACE series can achieve. So you see, so that happens to be a little chronicle about the product lines. Then now the function and the access capability of these product lines. The combination of people counter and facial recognition make our system very versatile. I mentioned earlier the different ranges of the products, ones that can actually do basically facial recognition, that can do people counting. This product combine all in one. Once the people enter the specific area within the facility, the camera is actually pop up, picture the faces, do the counting, and give access or deny access as it may be. Denying access might just be you have reached a particular limit. You can actually set the kind of narration you want to show when such restriction is meant to be activated. Then we like to talk a little about the occupancy management and management of access control for this device. As you can see from the video played earlier, you have access to this place. You have the green bar, give you the access rights into that facility, and of course, number of persons left to access that facility is mentioned. You can see from this slide, you see available 125. You are looking at the capacity of say 170. 125 people have accessed the facility already. Then you have just 75% of the capacity has been reached. It keeps moving to 80%, 25%. Once it reaches 100%, you have the red flash, and nobody will be allowed to access that facility unless somebody else gets out of that facility. Then you probably would have something like 99%, 99.9%, or something like that, depending on the figure and the number of people that have the right to access. Automatically, when the limits are reached, the system automatically are locked. All these are controlled from the back end, from the biosecurity access point of the software. So this is how it actually measures occupancies for every either access or disallow entrance to each of the facility or compartments of the building. Then we would like to access to the works with all-in-one software. I mentioned earlier the Executive Biosecurity, the MTD. This one advantage of this solution is you want to not just control the crowd. You want to be sure that the people who are entering are not COVID carrier. And of course the basic indices to knowing one is is the person running temperature, is actually the general indices. Of course, whether malaria or COVID or whatever, you actually want to be sure that the right person is admitted. The person has high temperature will be disallowed entrance, even when they are spaced within the facility. Integrate people accountable function into the executive biosecurity system. Now, a executive biosecurity system, of course, houses all our security range of products. So adding PROFACE X as a patch into as a modeling to it allow you to use existing software of executive biosecurity to control, to just add the device of PROFACE X into the software. Then, of course, the access design and all that can actually be effected. And another thing is actually a web-based, meaning that from the video you saw, you have several compartments. For example, you can actually work even with several locations of this device. You have this device in location 1, 2, 3, and you want to be sure that each of these locations are doing what they have to do, and somebody somewhere is centrally monitoring activities across locations. Or maybe in the case of a facility, somewhere from the admin is actually monitoring several of the PROFACE installed in different parts of the facility. As you're doing, as you have that, the backend is actually measuring which of the capacity is filled already, which is still available, all from a single point of view. So this are part of the major advantage of the solution. Then the global linkage. One of the highlighted function of the counting system is the global linkage. It's able to automate system across platform, interactive functions and notification system. There are multiple tiers of alert process, including alarm, email and notification, and video linkage. Right from the solution point of view, you are accessing the facility when maximum is being reached. You want to get notification from the admin point of view that this person, these people cannot, this all is filled up, and you are getting as an alarm, as an email, of course, as a video linkage. All these, of course, can be presets. You can actually limit it to either 1 or 2, or even the 3 as it were. Then you can see the product overview and the resilience. PROFACE X wall-mounted installation version, in different series, and the sleek nature of the device, the beauty nature of the device. You can actually have it there. You can have it just mounted straight on the wall. You can have it on a pole, right, still on the location. So all depends on which you choose and how you actually intend to operate. One of those things going well for the device is the sleek nature of that device. Very handy, very portable. It's an Android-based device. And of course it comes with a lot of ruggedity, as it were. Then we want to leave into the next part of the slide for my colleague to take over from the video point of view. I'll be introducing my colleague in the hosting session, Jubril Yusuf. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alfik. That's a wonderful presentation here. So here we'll be looking at the product overview and the resilience. So we want to establish the fact that even as the fact that we have these PROFACE X devices, we also want to ensure that this device can actually be used to solve the problems or counter what we want to achieve with the people counting. So the device PROFACE X, can actually be used as an indoor device and as well an outdoor device. Hence why you see that it has some special features, meaning that it could actually withstand harsh weather. It has this anti-rust. It has what's it called? Resilience to rain, water. Resistance to rainwater, also with okay. So all these things are things we want to establish on this part of the video. Now, with the PROFACE X comes in different versions. We have a PROFACE X ordinary, then with PROFACE X with some attachments. So these attachments are basically bases where you might have to install on other set of devices. Perhaps you want to use what's it called, a speed tile, to gain to maintain sanity. Perhaps you want to use that as an entry control, or perhaps you just want to have it as a stand, just in case you have this device in a kiosk, or you want to use it to manage a coffee bar or a shop. You can just have it as a stand where you have this alarm link to it, such that at any point in time, the numbers of people that is expected to be within that space at the time is filled. Then you can then have this alarm break up to actually alert this person that, okay, he's not allowed within that premises, just in case the person seems not to understand. So it means that we can have this in the show out in both order tend to use the device. So here I would love short video, showcasing the resilience of the PROFACE X device. Okay, here I'm experiencing a bit of network issue, but I'm sure you can see my screen now. Can everybody see my screen? Okay, so here, this is actually showing the internal structure, the internal structure of the PROFACE device, showing us that it has a customized AI CPU. A customized AI CPU is to ensure that it is a high end with high integrations into AI systems, meaning that as a matter of fact, you can use the PROFACE device for extensive functionality. And as you can see, PROFACE can actually integrate into several solutions, meaning that it's actually a very powerful device. You can actually use it to build a parking solution where you want to integrate facial recognition into people counting. Perhaps like you have a park lot, and then you want to be sure that for every driver that comes in through that park lot, you want to identify them uniquely with their face and as well probably their plate number. So PROFACE design of product can actually at least work and can be integrated for several functions. We'll establish more of these facts in the next subsequent slides. So one of the beautiful features of the PROFACE X is that this PROFACE X is a unique device within the series of the devices out there that can actually at least perform similar function. This device has the capability of storing up to and also quickly checking up to 50,000 special, faces, faces of face templates. So, and that is how versatile and how strong in terms of memory capacity, in terms of user experience the device is. Now, taking a look at some physical features of this device. So, the device has two special features. It has a flashlight. It has a near infrared flash. Now, the flashlight is this visible light feature where just in case this device is actually introduced within a dark environment. So automatically it has this sense, sense of understanding the environment just as an image is trying to gain access or is trying to at least stand in front of this device. Automatically, when it sends an image in front of it and the environment is quite dark, all it does is to quickly lighten itself up to actually at least view the image in front and also at least do the required as relates to capturing. And then it can actually do this within a 3-meter range. So, and then you can see the device also have powerful cameras and a microphone with 8-inch touch screen. Now, looking at the other side of this, the rear side of the device, you're seeing that the device has a tamper switch. The tamper switch can be used just in case you need to install, you need to install on the wall. So perhaps the installation you have actually done on the wall is not firm. The tamper switch most definitely is one of those accessory or one of those mechanisms that will tell you that this device is actually not well fixed or not well fitted. And perhaps someone is just trying to vandalize or remove or adjust the device. You can actually at least have this sense based on the tamper switch that is actually used on the device. Then you have the speaker button just at the rear end of the device, and as well the reset button. So the reset button here is just in case, perhaps you've done one or two configuration that is not suitable, or perhaps you think you want to clear off a bit of the memory, or you want to clear off some configurations. All you need to do is to press the reset button for just 3 minutes, and then automatically everything is reset, and then you can reboot the system. Then another key feature of the PROFACE design is that it has ultra wide angle check for various body sizes. So it means that at times when you have a short person, you have a tall, you have issues where you're trying to see how best or which angle you might need to place this device for it to be able to capture well. But because PROFACE has a wide angle range, even you are not measuring, or perhaps your calculation around eyes level is not accurate in terms of your before you actually make your placement. Most definitely with the PROFACE X, you can avoid the embarrassment that might cost you. So as you can see from this drawing, with a 1.2 meter height and a 1.6 meter height man, as they are approaching the device, you can see that accurately that being able to actually at least take the portion of those face or the portion of the face that is required to be captured. So it means that even your calculation at eyes level is wrong, most definitely, you still have a very good experience with the installation of a PROFACE X series based on the design. Then is also good. It's also worth to mention that within the PROFACE X series, we have two types within this series. We have the TI series, and then we have the TD series. The TI series is the thermal imager, meaning that the thermal imager has this ability to actually create about 20,000 points, within the body, just in case you intend to measure temperature. But the TD series measures within just 6,000 points thereabout. For you to be able to measure temperature within the body, meaning that the TI series can actually segment the body into various compartments or various sections. Then looking at the mask detection part, because just in case you are using this solution to achieve or as one of the measures to curb the COVID-19 pandemic issue, you also want to be sure that, okay, perhaps the persons or people coming into that environment where you actually want to maintain social distancing has conformed to the protocols of COVID-19, meaning that they are actually wearing masks. So you might also want to activate this feature of mask detection on this device. So this device is also integrated with the mask detection functionality, such that for every person coming into this environment or premises, wear mask. Although you might also want to deactivate this. This is user dependent, depending on what the client wants. Then on face palm verification, this device, as I said earlier, has a functionality, of also detecting the palm, meaning that just in case you want to use your palm, as a means of authentication, the PROFACE X series of device can actually at least detect palm, also the face, and also what's it called, mask. So if you are wearing mask, most definitely you'll be captured and then you'll be authenticated. But just in case the masked point of the device has actually been activated, meaning that it should not allow whoever that does not use mask, then you might not be allowed based on the instruction into the device. And then looking at the device, you can see the two designs we have here. We have this PROFACE X TI. This TI is a thermal imager. And then the difference between this thermal imager, as you have seen it, with this other design here, which is the TD version. The TD version is having just this, which is the temperature detection module, the camera here. But here, this, which is the TI, is a thermal imager. The thermal imager here shows the distribution of energy within your body system. So it means with the PROFACE X TI, it can show the distribution of temperature around the body. So if the side of the head, is that one which has the highest temperature, most definitely we can see here. Then, where this devices has been actually installed and is applicable, you can see that we can install this, in schools, primary schools, secondary schools, just to be sure that you actually at least maintaining sanity and also at least ensuring this. So we can have this installed on speed gates. This is installed on this SBTL 8033, And within a 3-meter range, 0.3-meter range, most definitely that's a 30 centimeter. You can quickly access the device, and then you move in with just 0.1 seconds entry rate. So this device can actually be installed on speed gate, and installing on speed gates, you can see as we have it here. This installing on speed gate, the version we will necessarily need to use here is basically the one that has the CH. The portion of the device that has CH is that one that has an extender, which is installed at the back of the PROFACE. So with this, you can have it directly installed on the SBTL 8033 with a very good finish. So looking at the full, and then we can also have this as a full package, just in case the customer wants to have this as a full complete package. You can have this design as a full complete package. Perhaps you want to install, in a particular coffee shop, or you want to install as an entry barrier to a particular public space. So we can have this as a full solution, such that just in case you want to gain access, you will gain access only if the number of people that is required to be in that public space is still available, and you might be denied if it's filled up. And also, if one of those protocols going into that public spaces, you must wear your mask, most definitely. That also would be activated on this device, and then it would necessarily ensure that every person, sitting within that premises or within the public space conforms to all these protocols as outlined by NCDC. So looking at the basic features of this, it has 0.3 seconds high-speed facial recognition, and is designed with a servo motor, fast opening speed, a bidirectional operation control with SUS 304 stainless steel casing. So it means that when you have this design, or you have this product, you should not worry about rust, because casting with SUS 304 stainless steel makes you have a mindset that yes, this is a design that also can be used as an outdoor design, as an outdoor product. Then bidirectional operation control is one of these and various optional panels that can actually be integrated into this design. Then looking at using as what's it called temperature measurement. As I said before, the PROFACE X can actually do various tasks. You can use it as a temperature detection device with mass detection, and as well people counting. So just in case you're actually looking at the temperature detection side of it, you can see that you can also have the what's it called? You can also have the reporting interface, from the ZK Biosecurity software as shown here. So people that actually have abnormal temperature, you can see them. People with no mask, you can see them. People wearing masks, you can see them. People that actually did not, people that try like intruders, you see them. So people that do not probably they do not present their faces or something. So all this information from the back end, you can also verify through the ZK Biosecurity software. Then another thing that is also worth of note is that this device is actually an Android device. So it means that with Android, majorly a whole lot of products out there today, you have lots of products, smart products that are Android based, meaning that you can actually do a whole lot of customization on it. So what this is actually saying is that with this product, you can design like system integrators. I'm sure seated here, we have different system integrators who understands the functionality and the modalities of playing around this product. So perhaps you want to customize, or you want to design a particular app or a particular functionality such that with the features or the special features you have actually seen on this product, you want to remodify it to actually at least use for some special projects. Most definitely, this PROFACE X product or PROFACE X design will necessarily achieve that with the SDK, with the availability of its SDK. No, and then with the specifications, as I said earlier, this product has the opportunity of, having up to 50,000 facial templates, and fingerprint is actually not available here on this series. And then with 30,000 and up to 100,000 RFID, just in case you want to use with card, you can have that as up to 100,000. And it has memory size, internal memory of 512 megabytes, and then 8 gig flash. Then the LCD, it's high brightness, with two dual WDR, that's wide range low light camera, installed on this device, giving it that opportunity to view very wide angles. And then based on the functionalities of this device, it can be used for access control. It can be used for time and attendance, and it has this anti-pass back option, and also the tamper switch that we talked about the last time. And as well, it has an embedded ADMS, meaning that it can be used for web-based customization or web-based applications. So, and then looking at the strength and also the resilience of this product, the IP level of this product is IP68, meaning that it can withstand high temperature, meaning sun. It can withstand rainwater, meaning that even if you have water splashes or rainfall on it and all, it does not affect the device. Hence, you can use it for different outdoor installations. Perhaps you want to have it at the car park area. You want to have it as a football field, outdoor monitor, or different installation depending on the kind of installation you're looking at. This will necessarily achieve that. And the IK level is IK04, meaning that the vandal, it has a high level of vandal resistance, just in case we have vandals to actually that is actually trying to vandalize the product. And another key function of the product is that it does not, one of the key features of general visible light series of products is that face liveness, meaning anti-spoof. They would not allow anti-spoof, meaning that you cannot present a picture before it for authentication. You cannot present a video in front of it for authentication. It must be a live object. So liveness is one of those AI features that is embedded in this, what's it called, in this product. And then as you can see, this is a simple installation with for to an access control. You need that you want to use for an access control with smoke linkage, with alarm linkage, and card reader, and as well having it installed on what's it called, on a speed phase. A speed style. It could be SBTL 8000. Then one thing I also want to mention here is this: at Zekiteco, we have also designed a speed style that goes into, or that works, or that can be installed, that this PROFACE CH series can be installed on it directly, meaning that there are speed styles that has this space where you can install without any form of application. It has been pre-designed, to have this special feature for the best of finish, just in case you finalize your installation. Finalize your installation. So this design is actually a well-thought design. Then using this device for different options, because you can have this design as a for web-based installation or web-based solution architecture. All you need to do is connect this product directly into a wide area network, or perhaps a local network. The design, the product has this functionality of it has the 4G feature, meaning that it can connect to a Wi-Fi connection directly when it is actually available. So you can open it to actually connect directly to a Wi-Fi, an existing Wi-Fi connection, which necessarily can actually aid movement or sending information easily. And as well, just in case you want to do pre-registrations and you want to send So you can actually use the app, the biosecurity app, to take some pictures or some registrations directly from your phone, and you can then send into the device automatically. At any point in time, you're presenting yourself before the device, most definitely it will authenticate you as a pre-registered user. Although it's worthy of note that because we have we have taken the picture, from the phone, and it is being sent into the device, doesn't mean that at the point of verification you can present a picture before it and it will detect. It has to be a live object. So that's one of the key features of the AI that is integrated into the PROFACE design. So now looking at some product comparison, meaning that looking at some other products, that are selling within the same price of this product, and as well trying to also gain brand prominence. You can see DSK5 and then you can see DSK1. So looking at these product features relative to number one, the hardware that is used, the OS, the communication protocols, the camera, LCD capacity, recognition distance, RFID access, casing, and all. You can see the level of disparity that is actually within this. For instance, now the the capacity of the K5, the DSK5, the capacity of DSK5 and then DSK1 are other brands, that are also, trying to at least present solutions that are similar to what the PROFACE does. Looking at that, the facial capacity of K5 is just less than 10,000, and the facial capacity of K1 is 6,000. But in the case of PROFACE X, you have a facial capacity of up to 30,000 and up to 50,000, depending, and then with events up to 2 million, and the highest event you can get, from the K1 is 50,000. And the reading distance, the reading distance of this PROFACE series is about 3 meters. 3 meters range, meaning that for high traffic area, because one of the advantages of this is, just in case you are using this device in a high traffic area, most definitely it will authenticate as fast as it should, relative to other contemporaries here within the market. So, and to cap it all, the application scenarios for this device, this device can actually be installed in schools, in shopping malls, in hospitals, in public transportation spaces like airports, seaports, train ports, just in case we have one, and then government organizations, going for NIMSI or a whole lot of government organization or government establishment or parastatals, and also office building. In fact, in office building is worthy of note that just in case we have this it helps to create sanity in meeting rooms. At times in meeting rooms, we can be overcrowded, or perhaps in a conference room, we might be overcrowded, or we might not be able to at least conform to these COVID-19 protocols. So with this, if we have this device installed, most definitely at the door, when you're trying to gain entry into the meeting room, it will have given you indication that, okay, the meeting room is filled to capacity. Or probably a library, you want to go into a library, and then you've seen this device installed, you've seen that this library is already filled to capacity, or perhaps a shopping mall, or because this idea is even for our own safety, not just to actually conform to all these COVID-19 protocols. As we can see, the new wave in India is on the rise, and we pray that this we don't experience in Nigeria. Hence why we want to have this emphasized, and such that we understand the need for us to actually at least obliged to these protocols as proclaimed or as directed by the NCDC. Thank you for your attention, and I would like to take in questions right about now. So, before we launch into this questions and answer session, I would quickly want to run a short poll, and I would run this poll for just about 1 to 2 minutes. Thereafter, we go into the question and answer sessions. I can see that we have a lot of questions on the chat box, which we would pick one after the other to address. Please, let's quickly look into this poll within the next 10 minutes. Thank you for your attention. Okay, thank you. I can see lots of entries coming in, and as said earlier, we would continue with our question and answer session after this poll. At least now we've gotten up to 46% of the total available participants on this webinar series. And then I think we can move as others fill in their entries. So you can continue to fill in the entry. We will continue to receive that as we answer questions. So please, if you have questions, kindly raise your hand. Excuse me. Kindly raise your hand for us to allow you to talk. Any question, please? Okay, so I have Mr. Oladi Omodele. Mr. Oladi Omodele, you are allowed to talk. Please ask your question. Unmute yourself, Mr. Oladi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We
Are you hearing me now?
hear you now, sir.
Yeah, good. This is a wonderful thing that you are doing here.
Very well, sir. We can hear
Don't
you.
keep you going.
Thank
Yes,
you so much, Mr. Amadi. Thank you so much.
I am interested in this system, but I want to use it for a facility. We are not interested in resisting people.
Okay.
So we just want people to go in there and count them physically.
Okay.
As we are entering, it's counting.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, we'll be able to list the people that were there, or at the end of the week, or at the end of the month.
Okay.
And again, I want to be sure that when you assess the facility once, you will be able to assess the facility once in a day. So you will not be able to assess it once after once. I hope you will be able to do it. And the second one, I want the one who will be able to use hand to authenticate. Hello?
Okay. You mean the palm or the fingerprint? Hello, sir.
Do
you mean the palm or the fingerprint?
Not fingerprint.
The palm.
The palm and the face.
Okay.
The reason I prefer I want the two, because the one I installed recently now, if people are passing, it will be authenticating them.
Okay.
So in such situation, I want it to be more robust, that it will not be authenticated anyhow.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. So your questions are understood. The first thing is that you want the device in such a way that at any point in time, it is counting everyone coming in on a daily basis. And at the end of the day, you can identify the total number of people that access that facility.
Yes.
And as well, you also want to ensure that a single person is not authenticated twice within a day, right?
Yes.
So if for that feature, that is actually a special feature that needs a bit of customization, a bit of tweak on the device, such that the device would be able to achieve that purpose. So, and then on the other hand, on the face and also the palm, yeah, that's a logic. And that is one of the logics Zekiteco products can actually accommodate, meaning that you can either use the OR logic or you can use the AND logic. So it means for the OR, it means that you can either use the face or you use the palm or you use the card. But if you want to combine this logic, meaning that you want to use the AND, meaning before authentication, you use your face to authenticate and you use your palm before authentication can happen. So on the video you saw where you see people getting authentication and they are moving in, the reason for that is a special feature of the device. So the device has this embedded special feature, meaning that it can actually visualize you from a distance of 3 meters, and before you approach it has verified and it will give you passage. So exactly. So this feature is just an enhanced feature in case you have a high traffic area where you wouldn't want delay for any reason. So that's the idea around that. So we will then engage you further on this on the chat box. Someone will chat you immediately, giving you an email address where you can send your inquiry to, and this inquiry will be dealt with accordingly. Thank you so much, Mr. Oladi.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
All right.
Okay, so Mr. Chimzi, you are allowed to talk now, Mr. Chimzi. Please kindly unmute yourself and ask your question, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Chimzi. How are you today, sir?
Okay, thank you. Very well. Thank you for this session, and it's really a great one. I just have 2 questions, 2 or 3. Okay, the first thing is what's the IK level rating for this device? I'm not sure I picked that up. That's the first.
That's
Second question would be, hello?
Yeah, I'm with you, sir. We're with you here.
Okay. Okay, so that would be the first question. Okay. The second question would be for a full installation. So I saw a picture where you added so many accessories. How does it come? So in box, what comes with it? Is it just the device and the stand, if you're going for the stand option, or it comes with both the door lock and every other accessory? What comes in a pack?
Okay.
I've not used this item before, but it's a technology that I'm admiring and I wish to sell it out there. So I want to know what comes in the box.
Okay. Okay. All right. So would that be all for now, sir?
Yeah, that will be all for now.
Okay. So I'll take the first question. So the first question is, what's the IK level of the device? The IK level of the device is IK 04. Meaning that we have a strong resistant level. Then on the other side of the question, what comes into what's it called, the device? So the device is it comes in different options depending on what exactly you want to use it and the area that is required. So if you want to have a device installed as a full device, a full standing device, all you need to do is you get the device and you get the stand. In the device pack, what comes in the device pack is that device in itself. The device in itself without any extender. The device in itself and the accessories that you need to, that will require you install on the wall. So those are the basic accessories that comes directly with the device. Or if you then request for PROFACE XCH, CH is that other one that has the extender, meaning the extender where you can then use, maybe you have a particular stand or a particular device you think that extender will fit into. So you can then buy the CH. So the CH comes directly with that extender. So what do I mean? Let me quickly share my screen again to show you what I'm talking about here. Okay, so now looking at this, you see this part of it, which is this extender, makes it called the CH. So this version now can be installed or can be used on other devices. Perhaps that device has a sitting range where this can be fixed on. So you can buy this. When you buy this, and this type comes as it is. Then when you buy this type comes as it is. See, looking at the back here, these are the accessories that will come with the device, and then these accessories are the accessories that will allow you to fix it directly to a particular wall. I hope you understand, sir.
Okay. So apparently, it means that for the wall mount, it can only be fastened on the wall. You can't create anything to put it on a stand. But for the other one, the second one is the type you can put on a stand.
Yes.
So you have to go ahead to fabricate whatever the stand is going to be.
Yes, and then it depends on what you're looking at anyway. ZK also has stands just in case you want you want to purchase stands. ZK also has stands that you can actually affix these devices on, and then you can also fabricate the stand yourself depending on the kind of design you're looking at. So if you have a kind of fabrication in mind, all you need to do is look at how does this fit into that fabrication, and that's all.
take the dimension of the point that will connect.
Exactly.
Okay, just so you said the IQ level is 0.4, and that is considered as strong?
Very strong. Yeah, it's considered as strong.
From experience, I think it's a bit low, but that's fine. It's okay.
Okay. But currently, one of the industry standard now, as it relates to vandal resistance, IK06 seems to be, very, very strong. But at least for the fact that you have an IK045 can still withstand a large smash, which will still make it not break off. I hope you understand, sir.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, that's fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir. Thank you too.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, so I'll stop share. So, and I have Mr. Sunday here. Mr. Sunday, you're allowed to talk. Please unmute yourself.
Okay, good morning.
Yes, sir. Morning, sir. Mr. Sunday.
Okay, I was quite impressed as we were talking about the product.
Oh, great.
One thing I didn't get is, okay, I'm going to ask 2 questions.
Okay,
the first is, I didn't get how you're going to power, how this device gets powered. Does it have to be powered by a PoE switch, or we have to run, there's an adapter with it and you have to power it somehow?
Okay.
And the second thing I would like to talk about is, most times installation of the hardware is not the problem.
Okay.
It is the software and the configuration of what you want the device to do on the software and all that. That is usually the problem. So I thought that this training would come with like an introduction into the software and how to configure. What are the requirements for your system? Do you need to do SQL installation before installing the software? What do you need to do to have this software live on a remote location and all that?
Okay.
So it's something in that line that I was thinking I would get to see, not just the introduction of the product.
Product on itself. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Sunday. On your second question, like picking from your second question, so this is actually giving us the hint that the next webinar series most definitely will be on the software itself, the ZK Biosecurity MTD, how to connect devices to to the ZK Biosecurity solution, and perhaps the functionality as it relates to the different modules. Perhaps we might be looking at 1, 2, 3 modules in the biosecurity software. It has a lot of linkage. We have the access control, attendance, car park, patrol, a whole lot of video and all. So it means that we will necessarily now look at, and in our next webinar session, we'll necessarily look at the people counting solution, relative or people counting solution alongside with MTD, temperature measurement detection and all, alongside with how it connects directly to the software. All this will be established by God's grace in the next webinar session. Then to your first question, how does this connect? Yeah, this device has a power adapter, just at the base of this device. So you connect it directly. You connect the power adapter directly to it, and automatically it's powered up. Mr. Sunday,
okay. Yeah, I'm fine. But
okay, thank you.
Sorry, I want to just add one extra question.
Okay, please go ahead.
Let's say I have BioTime installed.
Okay.
Already at the site, and they have devices connected to that BioTime software. And I'm not talking about just one device. Can I add this PROFACE device to that BioTime software and use it as one of the devices?
Okay. Well, one of the one of the issue, well, you cannot. Let me just make it simple, straight. You cannot. The reason is this: the PROFACE for now does not work with BioTime. It works with biosecurity, but we are trying to have it enhanced such that PROFACE can also work with BioTime. But it doesn't mean that the attendance feature of the PROFACE cannot be accessed. As I said earlier, the biosecurity houses a whole lot of softwares integrated and embedded: access control, time and attendance, what's it called, patrol guard, vehicle barrier, a whole lot of all these solutions embedded together in a single solution. So it means that if you perhaps have a Zeki biosecurity installed and you have several devices or different devices installed, I mean, bringing in PROFACE X into this series of devices for installation most definitely will work seamlessly without issues.
So what you are saying is I can uninstall my BioTime and put biosecurity instead. My other device will work.
Everything, except some devices. You know, I wouldn't know the kind of device you've previously installed. Within the Zekiteco series of products, you know, there are some devices, there are push devices, there are pull devices. So there are some devices that will work with some certain softwares. For instance, now, devices like F18, SF100 and all, you know, will not work with, I wouldn't know the kind of device you have currently installed in that location.
I understand.
Yeah, so devices like F18 and all will not work with biosecurity. Devices like F18 and all would necessarily work with the likes of Zeki Time Net 3.0 for attendance, Zeki Access 3.5 for access control, Zeki BioTime for our attendance as well. But for Zeki biosecurity, those set of devices would not work. But the likes of the visible light devices like the ski phase and a whole lot, all those product lines, all those ones will work directly with biosecurity software.
Okay, thank you.
Is that clear, Mr. Sunday?
That is clear. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your audience. Okay, so without further ado, I'm still seeing Mr. Chimzi. Does Mr. Chimzi have another question to ask? Hello, Mr. Chimzi. Do you have another question to ask?
Yes. So,
okay, please go ahead.
Just to find out, though, hello?
Yeah, we see, sir. Please go ahead.
Even though somewhere in my head, I'm thinking probably I know the response, but I want to hear from the horse's mouth. So, the maximum number of occupants of a space, is it issued, can that number be imputed by the admin, or it's automated in the system?
Okay, yeah.
So what I mean is
very clear. Your question is very clear, sir.
Okay.
So the maximum number of people within a specific space is determined by the admin.
Mm-hmm.
So the system does not have an idea of what number of persons will be required in a particular space. All you need to do is just to feed it instruction that, okay, the total number of persons required in this space at any point in time is 20. So automatically 20 becomes 100%. At any point in time, you have 10, that means that is 50% capacity filled.
Okay.
So then you can also have the device configured for 500 capacity, meaning that the hall, this hall has a 500 capacity. At any point in time, you have a 500 capacity, automatically you break the alarm that is filled. So
okay, and then does it give room for easy manipulation? So by easy manipulation, I'm looking at, I've set the rooms for 50, and as events progress, I could expand the space to accommodate 80. I can easily alter the number to change from 50 to 80.
Provided that the person altering that is the admin. You know, this is just giving instruction. Provided this is coming from the admin, then it's fine.
Okay, thank you. That's good. Thank you.
All right, then. Thank you very much. All right. Without further ado, I think the time is fast spent, and we'll rather bring this to a close today. From me and my colleague, I want to say thank you all for your audience and thank you for your attention. My colleague here, Taufik, will also want to bid you farewell alongside with my co-colleagues, as well, Chineye, Kelechi, and Josh. Thank you, everyone, for your audience, and we appreciate your attention. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, everyone. We appreciate your attendance and your responses and your question. If you have further inquiries, you can actually send mail to sales@zeketeco/westafrican.com. That's where you can actually put your sales inquiry across to. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.